I don't even know if Steve Jobs and them actually said it, but apparently all of the great technology people for the last 30 years
Most
or so,
of them have done psychedelics at some point or another.
psychedelics. Jimi Hendrix, acid dripping while you know, playing.
What he would do is that he would like make a little slit in his forehead, and he would take the tab of acid, place it there, and then wrap the headband around it.
See, I heard he actually had like a little bag of acid, and he would just drip down like while he was playing. And anyway,
because that shit can absorb through your skin too.
yeah.
A friend of mine, she went to a party. She had like 5 tabs of acid in her pocket, and she was dancing. And she was like, "Okay, yeah, this is fine." She didn't realize she was going to be sweating, and that sweat was going to start absorbing into her body. And all of a sudden, she's like, "I feel weird," and then she starts freaking out, thinking that someone in the room was a giraffe trying to steal her soul. So we take her away from that party. We take her back to the home, and she's like, "You guys, I'm pretty sure that giraffe is going to come after me." So she's sitting there. She all of a sudden picks up the remote to the TV, and she looks at the remote. She's like, "Giraffe, what the fuck are you doing here?" She slams that remote to the ground. She starts stomping it. She's saying, "I'm fighting the giraffe, guys. Fighting the giraffe." Then she goes into the bathroom, and the mirror turns into the lips from the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, I know, right?
Did they do the time warp again?
Let's
do the time warp again.
It's just
You
a
put
jump
your
to the
hands
left.
up.
And then step to the right. Put your hands on your hips and lock your knees in tight. And it's the pelvic thrust that really drives you insane. Dude, that's some good shit.
Yeah, this came out of nowhere. Let's do the time warp again. Yeah, so, okay.
Yeah.
Special people. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, back on topic.
I'm trying to remember the topic right now.
The topic...
I've been drinking all day. I don't know. Where am I at? I don't know.
My friend was tripping her ass off on LSD.
Oh, okay, yeah. So drug use, that's what we are,
Yeah.
drug use. All right, yeah, we're back.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on drugs.
Welcome to my life. I have tried several different psychedelic substances over the years. My first and my greatest love will still always be weed. Weed will always be my first and greatest love.
It's not legal here.
It's not legal, but that don't stop me.
He is taking that upon himself as a responsible
adult.
Wait, can you still be called responsible when you know you're doing wrong?
I don't claim to be responsible.
As someone who knows the potential outcomes of what he's doing and still decides to do it, taking responsibility for what may or may not happen.
But I myself, I have tried numerous different psychedelic substances. My favorite, though, I would have to say would be Psilocybin Cubensis, also known as magic mushrooms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you lost me with the...
Now, this is the thing about it. It's a substance that grows everywhere. It just randomly appears. It's a mushroom. It's a fungus. It produces spores. Meaning, as long as it has somewhere where it can grow, it will grow. Worshipped in several cultures as a holy sacrament. In Aztec culture, it was even called the flesh of the gods. You consume this, you will enter a divine revelatory state. My first experience when I tried this, the world began to become like fuzzier, stranger, happier, giddier. Whenever I would close my eyes, I would see like a spiraling staircase that almost resembled DNA. At each step was a lotus made of neon light that would bloom, open, bigger and bigger. It kept getting stranger. A friend of mine and his cats walked into the room, and I swear, their bodies stayed right there, but their front half kept going and going and going all across the room till they got to the door, and then the rest of them caught up with them. Anyways, I'm still watching this, and it starts getting more and more intense. I go outside for a minute because I'm like, I need a breath of fresh air. Go outside. It's nighttime. The trees look like, instead of branches, they have tentacles that are just writhing and dancing around. I look at the stars. They look like they're blinking at me. The moon turns into a rabbit, looks at me for a second, waves hello, and then runs away. So I'm like, okay, I'm going back in. This is starting to get really weird. I go back inside. And one of my friends who also had decided to try to join me, they aren't having too great of an experience because they decided to get drunk as hell before going. Remember, alcohol and psychedelics do not play nice kids. They do not play nice with each other.
Rule number 1.
So, I'm just like, alright, you have fun with your existential crisis. I'm going into the other room. Because at that point, it's just like, I had no capacity to be of any help to them. I go, sit down, and all of a sudden, I feel as all of the energy in my body is aligning itself into a proper pattern, till it finally coalesces right here at the crown of my head. Almost like where my third eye would be if I had one.
I thought your third eye would be.
Well,
I thought that's the top of your chakra.
Yeah, the crown is technically your third eye.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Again, learn something new. I don't know if that's accurate, by the way.
Well, anyway, that's what it felt like. At that moment, though, I felt my consciousness descend inside of myself. I went and started killing my inner demons, one by one, until I had no baggage left. Then I heard a voice saying, "Are you ready for the next step?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm ready." I see a giant snake made of golden bones swirling around me, and a bear made of rainbow light. They're guiding me somewhere, and I see like all sorts of scenes throughout history, until I finally get to a giant tree that's made of the entire universe itself. And it's like, think of it this way. It's a tree that just expands through everything, and it's inside the universe, but it contains the universe at the same time. And in that moment, it felt like I was that tree. I looked with my branches, my leaves were my eyes. I look up at the sky, and I see the sun. It looks at me. It says hello. It laughs, and it shows me what looks to be all these webs and stuff of like mandalas and stuff like that, all shimmering, interchanging, warping upon themselves. And then they like turn into like spiders and bees and stuff like that. But it's really beautiful. And then it's just like at that moment I just had this absolute moment of clarity where all of my emotional baggage over the years completely stricken away. And for a long time I just felt really better after that, even after coming down. Like I just felt like a happier person.
How many times after that have you done them again?
I make a point to at least try to do it once a year.
And has it ever been as good as the first time?
It's always an interesting experience each time. It's a different experience each time. But I always feel like I learn a little bit more about myself and the world around me.
Fair enough.